Cheers everyone, Cloudfather here. Well, we've been distracted this week working on the Volkswagen project. Unfortunately, these panels are so bad that they have microscopic respites and they're impossible to weld. We tried everything on them, even acetylene. Got a bunch of new cedars, so we'll be inventorying that later in the week. Made a lot of changes. Made a new toy. That's a 3D printer adapter for my shop vac to my little nozzle. So now I don't have to drag out my little shop vac to do things anymore. We made some new stuff for the laser. So we have these sockets of various types with little handles on them, which makes it really easy. New tray for all the oil and bits. Unfortunately, the laser is partially down because the wiring harness in here somewhere is bad. It goes through and there's a stripe vertically, and that can only be the wiring harness. Today's little project was actually replacing the back of the 3D printer. And as you can see, we have a new, much larger door. And that makes doing everything much easier, and it stays in place. So I'm happy to get that done. In the printer and in the extruder, we had to do a lot of work. I'm still working on the extruder tomorrow, but the printer, we basically had to rebuild the sensors and all the mechanics up there because Bruce did a really bad job of printing those out. So I've got them fixed now and they're working reliably. Part of the problem is this little hole right here. This should have a brass insert in it. The problem is it's the same material as the filament. And so the filament basically wears out and then it gets jammed in here. So what we're doing is we printed a few extra out. We're going to go through and drill a hole in here, and then we're going to put some PTFE in that. Made a cute little funnel. Definitely liking that. It does a pretty good job printing once you fix everything. As you can see in the back, you can see a red part there. That's really helps the VFA problem. The problem is with that, without a bearing, that thing's wiggling back and forth because of the motion of the X and Y. This stabilizes it, and you can see that in the print. So we still got quite a bit of work to do tomorrow on the MMU, but we're making progress. So that's all we have for tonight. Cloudfather out.